district, lakini sio kwa hii makanisa mawili zimetangaza Great Hope na Mountain View, wale watatoka kwa hii makanisa mengine ambao within the district yetu ya Kangemi. Kwa ishara ya mkono nione ni wangapi wamefika. Karibu sana, naona wamefika. Kuna ambao wenzetu ni Waadventista na wametoka nje ya Kangemi district. Ningependa kuona kwa ishara ya mkono. Karibu sana. Nilikuwa nimeona ndugu Haron alikuwa amefika hapa, ningependa kumtambua. Asante sana, karibu sana tena. Ningependa kukaribisha kwa njia ya kipekee wenzetu ambao wamejiunga nasi na ambao sio Waadventista. Kwa ishara ya mkono ningependa kuona ni wangapi wamefika kwa siku ya leo kujiunga na sisi. Wale ambao sio Waadventista lakini wamejiunga na sisi kwa siku ya leo. Nimeona kuna wachache, karibu sana. Ndio wote week tumekuwa na wengine wengi. Lakini ni kama walikuwa na shule, lakini karibu kwa wale wako. Ningependa kwa njia ya kipekee kutambua elders wote. Hata kama ni wa district ya Kangemi, hata kama uko nje ya district ya Kangemi, ningependa kwa njia ya kipekee ndio karibisha kwa ishara ya mkono ni waone tafadhali. Elders, karibu sana. Msisikie mko nyumbani. Na tunapoenda kuanza na matangazo, tumesimama kwa kutangaza. Leo tuko na ubatizo wa kipekee na mmeona wenzetu wamejiandaa vizuri na wanaendelea sana vizuri. Karibu sana, mtakapobatizwa na msikie imani mnaposonga mbele tukingojea kurudi kwa Yesu mara ya pili. Tangazo lingine, leo ni siku ya mwisho ya makambi yetu. Mjisikie mko nyumbani, na kama kuna any issue waone wa elders ambao utapata usaidizi. Ningependa kutangaza ya kwamba kuna wale wageni wamekuja siku ya leo ya kwanza na walikuwa nyuma kwa usafiri kwa Baleani. Ukiniona upande wa left hapa, ukiruka hivi nyuma ya hii building kuna vyumba vya usafi. Tuisitoe na kusubiri kwa uzuri na vizuri, tusisichague. Kesho makanisa yetu mawili ya kambi yetu tumeomba kwamba all church members tukutane hapa kuanzia saa 2 kufanya usafi. Kuanzia saa 2 kesho sisi wote tuwe hapa kufanya usafi. Na leo jioni kwaya yetu wageni wetu ambao kutoka sehemu za Mombasa kwa Mbuli wataondoka jioni hii. Kwa hiyo kama kuna kitu tunaongezana na wao waone kabla hawajaondoka. Tukikuja kwa upande wa Great Hope, sababu vijana tutakuwa na idara ya community services. Vijana wa youth kutoka Great Hope watakuwa na hiking pale Ngong Hills Sunday ijao tarehe 31, na guide on duty atakuwa ni Elda Mbaya. Upande wa Mountain View, sababu ijao tutaongozwa na idara ya Tipulary. Kwa hiyo viongozi wa Tipulary kujitayarisha. The same time upande wa Mountain View, washiriki wetu wawili kuna matanga mara mbili, kwa washiriki wetu wamepata msiba. Tukianzia na ndugu yetu Mateka Makunja Cleopas ambaye ni mshiriki wetu wa Mountain View aliaga dunia. Familia inaomba maombi na msaada wowote ikiwezekana. Wanakutana pale Grand Market every evening. Kwa nafasi naweza kuja hapo na watakuwa na mchango on Tuesday pale Grand Market, na mwili utatolewa Tulomo moja siku ya Alhamisi, na sisi itakuwa on Friday tarehe 29. Pia tuna mshiriki wetu Madam Stella ambaye amepoteza mzazi wake na wanaendelea kujiandaa, na sisi itakuwa mwezi ujao tarehe 8. Nao wote wanaomba msaada, tuwaombee na msaada hiyo yote inawezekana wasaidie nao. Napoenda kumaliza hapa tangazo, kuna mgeni wetu maalum kutoka Harvard University, Mr. Samuel Kariuki. Ningependa kukualika kuja mbele kwa tafadhali, utusalimie na utuongeleze tunapoendelea na makambi yetu ya siku ya leo. Asante sana. Asante Elda na uongozi wa kanisa hapa. Ninachukua nafasi hii kuwasalimu katika jina la Yesu. Hamjambo? Hamjambo tena? Bwana asifiwe. Nione kwa mkono. Bwana asifiwe. Ndio, kuna baridi lakini tuko mbele ya kiti cha Yesu, kiti cha Mungu, ambapo baridi si mingi. Kama vile Elder alivyosema, kwa jina ninaitwa Samuel Kariuki. Ninatokelezea upande wa hapa karibu tu, ninatoka kanisa linaitwa Gogoto SDA Church. Brother Modama ambaye nimekuwa naye hapa ni wa kanisa hilo. Pia ninatokea katika university yetu ya kanisa hili, a university that was initiated and is run by this church, the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and the name of the university is the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. I want to imagine that you have heard of Baraton, and I can imagine that in such a multitude, probably there could be a student or someone who has recently graduated from that university. Is there any student with us here who is coming from the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton? Sioni mkono hata mmoja, and that is why I'm here. Because this university is called by the name of God and it is run by this church. And therefore, if this university is run by this church, it is important for us to ensure that we are also represented there. We have students going there. Why are we encouraging ourselves that we have our students going to this university? A few things that I'm going to say that are unique about the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, are as follows. Number one, we are being reminded that at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, we teach an education that is referred to as holistic education. Holistic education because we do not only concentrate on academics, we also concentrate on spiritual nourishment, something that you will not find in the other universities when you go there. So we are encouraging our students and our parents to ensure that you take your child to the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. It is a university in which the students will be allowed or will have an opportunity to exercise their faith without any problem. Unlike in some of the other universities where our students go, and you discover that they are made to do exams on Sabbath. When you come to Baraton, there is no exam on Sabbath. When you come to Baraton, we all congregate in church, including our lecturers, including our students, including our workers. So you will exercise your faith with a lot of freedom. Number two, the other thing that we tell people why it is important to come to Baraton is because when you come to Baraton, you finish your programs within a record time. Within a record time means your studies will not be disrupted by the disruptive strikes that happen in these other universities. There are no strikes at Baraton. On Sunday, we had our 43rd graduation ceremony, and within all those years, there has never been a lecturer strike. There has never been a student strike. So when you come there, your program will never be disrupted. Number three, the government of Kenya is currently paying through HELB, through loans. It is paying 60% of the cost of your program. So when you come there to do education, you will find that you're only supposed to pay 32,000 shillings. 48,000 shillings you are given through HELB. So the government of Kenya is coming in to chip in to help students even in private universities. While there, you also get the opportunity to do what is called student work study program. I mean, when you are there, you are given some work to do so that you are able to subsidize your tuition fee. So, ladies and gentlemen, at Baraton, you have the opportunity to do what you feel like you want to do. The university is found in a reserved place where there is a serene environment conducive for learning, away from the bustle and hustle of urban life. When you are there, you only focus on studies. You only focus on studies and you only focus on spiritual matters. So this is why we are encouraging you that come there. Come there. Recently, the government of Kenya gave us a certificate to initiate what is called TVET Institute. So within Baraton University, we have a TVET Institute. A TVET Institute where we teach certificates and we teach diplomas. If a student did not attain a C grade to begin a degree program immediately, they have an opportunity to do certificate, to do diploma at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. So those of you who got D plane, you got C minus, you got C plane, you have an opportunity to do kazi za mikono pale katika chuo chetu cha Baraton. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, the window that is there at the moment, beginning at the beginning of this month and up to 24th of this month, the government of Kenya has given students an opportunity to make a choice. Yes, they know they place you to this university, but what is going on now is what is called inter-university transfer. So, a student who was placed in a school where they are likely to be forced or to be told to do exams on Sabbath, they have an opportunity now to change, to transfer from wherever to come to Baraton. Up to 24th of this month. That is what is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, we have new programs that we have initiated, we have started. We have what is called aviation management. Baraton sasa wanafunza marubani wa ndege, kuendesha ndege. In conjunction with Kenya School of Flying here in Nairobi, we are training people to become pilots. Another program that has been initiated is that we have started diploma in clinical medicine. It's a new program that has started. Diploma in clinical medicine. Next year, it will be degree in clinical medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, we have all the programs that you want to do or to take at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. Finally, those of you who are blessed and they have money, you are blessed and you have money. We have a program where we say that the shortest route to the to USA, America, is through Baraton. We have a program whereby we have a memorandum of understanding with our sister university in the US that is called Andrews University. It is called Andrews University. And therefore, you come to Baraton University for the first 2 years. You do your 2 years, year 1 and year 2 at Baraton. Then once you're done with the second year, we take all your grades and they are transferred to the University to Andrews University. You go finish your other 2 years there. You finish your other 2 years there. And when you finish the program there, the degree is not written at Baraton University, it is written Andrews University. Ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity. For those of us who are blessed and we have money and we would like our students, our children to be educated at the USA in Andrews University, we have that memorandum of understanding. We can show you a few people, several people who have been there and they have come back, and that is the thing. For those of us who would want to do theology, For those of us who want to do theology, now currently Baraton is teaching theology through online. So you can take theology at the comfort of your house as long as you have internet connection. As long as you have your internet connection, you can train to become a pastor through online. You will only be required to come to Baraton for 2-3 days to sit for your exam. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, if you also have your first degree, you can come to Baraton and do masters and the PhD. And even the masters and the PhD are online. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the message that we are taking to our people, kwa washiriki wetu, waweze kutambua hivyo na waweze kuelewa hivyo, waweze kutambua ya kwamba they have an opportunity. May the Lord bless us. I have a few brochures here that I'm going to read with your elder. If you want, you can see all the programs that we are offering at the University of Eastern Africa. Finally, I give you my number so that in case of any question, in case of any clarification, we can communicate. My number is 0721 25 6059. 0721 25 6059. Karaoke from Baraton. May the Lord bless us even as we continue with the worship today. God bless you. Thank you. Karaoke. Kuna mgeni wetu ametembelea saa hii, ningependa kumkaribisha atusalimie na ningependa kumwomba achukue not less than 5 minutes. Mr. George Amudo from African Airline Publishing House. Karibu sana ndo.
Thank you very much. Happy Sabbath. I will be very quick. African Airline Publishing House is the publishing house for our church, which serves both unions in Kenya and part of Uganda. And I just want to bring some information that's important for us as Seventh-day Adventist churches worldwide. First, in the interest of time, I'm just informing you that this thing is called pictures, which have been out of print for many decades. They are now back in circulation and you have them in print, so please make sure you have one at least. If you can't have one in your family yet, make sure you have one for your church or local congregation where there are children. It's very important approach for teaching the children, because pictures speak better to children than written words. And quickly, I'm just moving to information. I know some of us may have been informed that we have moved, the Seventh-day Adventist Church worldwide has moved from what we call Gracelink curriculum to Alive in Jesus curriculum for our children's lessons. And we have learned that some of us have not gotten the full information on the changes. It is important to know that the church is rolling out that curriculum change in phases. So this year, 2025, the class which has been affected is beginner, which was 0 to 3 years. Now it has been changed into 2 classes, one which is called baby steps, and some of you may have seen these baby steps is from 0 to 12 months. And this is what I'm calling here is parent book. There is another material that goes with it, which is the teacher guide. And then there's the third one, which is called parent time handout. It's important to note that, I will not explain in details because of time, but it's important to note that the parent book goes beyond or serves beyond the Sabbath school. It's supposed to be the one which is teaching you on parenting in a Christian way. So a good part of it is about teaching on parenting, and just the last bit of it is teaching or is relevant to the Sabbath school. The parent time handout, which was not in circulation before, we thank God now it's there in the ABCs, is what guides the parents of that Sabbath school class on what to do every day and every Sabbath. And it's been combined, all the 4 quarters have been combined in one. So when you buy this material for the baby steps, 0 to 12 months, you don't need to be buying it every quarter. It will serve you the whole year. So it's important to note that. After that, 0 to 12 months is now when the new beginner starts, which is 3 years. And this is the new beginner using Alive in Jesus curriculum. The church has decided to roll these changes in phases that I mentioned, so that each and every church can be able to understand and get it well. Next year, 2026, the classes which will be affected is the kindergarten and primary. What you are using now, this is the current kindergarten, this is the last year's being used, but that doesn't mean that the information expires. The information is still important and you can still use it. And then also primary, this is the last year we're using primary of Grace curriculum. It will change to Alive in Jesus, which will be something like this come next year. Then come 2027, the classes which will be affected is the junior class, which is PowerPoint, and the early teens class, which is real time. Those ones will be changed in 2027, and then 2028, the class which will be affected is Cornerstone, which is likely the one used by our high schoolers. So that's for the age 15 to 18. That lesson will be changed in 2028. So kindly take note of that and share with all our members around the world or wherever you may reach. It's also important to note that, and this is the reason why I am here, there is the lesson which is called Inverse. And there are some papers which are, I don't know, there are some QR codes which have been distributed. I don't know if the deacons have helped us distribute. And this is the main reason why I'm here. But I just wanted to share with you that this is the lesson which is supposed to be used by those who are 18 to 35 years plus. I know it may be a surprise to many, because that group, if we go to many churches, we find they're using adult lesson. And I know there are also adults, but that's a higher or improved version of adult lesson for that age group. This is the lesson which is supposed to be used in all our universities, colleges, polytechnics, or anyone following the young professionals, young couples, those who are recently married. In that age category, this is the lesson which is supposed to be used. Why has the church decided to make this kind of lesson? This lesson, for 2 quarters of the year, because we have 4 quarters, the topics will be the same as the one for adult lesson, but the language and the approach used is different. Someone says that it's designed for the Gen Z, yes, that's true, but then it's designed in such a way that if you look at those who may see it close, I wish I could display it, but you see there's a bigger space and there are smaller writings, right? Those who are seeing it. But there's a QR code in it. That QR code is what has been copied and has been cut into pieces or which was being distributed. So when you use that QR code, it gives you all the information that's needed for that week's Sabbath school discussion. So the topic that is there, it will give you all the information. If it says even, if it refers to even a book by Ellen G. White, or it refers to like Exodus chapter 13, it's already there, that one download of the QR code. Then the empty spaces are there for you to interact with. It's the most interesting and interactive lesson of all. It can allow you to have Bible study groups even with other people in the same kind of age group outside your environment, outside the country, or even in other churches and other colleges. And as I said, 2 quarters, the topics will be the same as the other lesson. 2 other quarters, the topic will be focusing on youth contemporary issues, or issues that affect people in that age group. That's what you are missing out when you use the adult lesson. The adult lesson is good, but this is more enhanced. It's important to note that, and that's what we are sharing. If we have time, we would have shared more, but please help disseminate that information so that as a church, we move together. This has been in effect for the last 6 years. Unfortunately, in Kenya and a few other African countries, we didn't quite make it well because we didn't understand it. And some people even thought that there was a misprint or some pages were lacking things because of the way it was done. But that's the design. May God bless you as you share this information. And should you have questions or if you want to understand it more and how to apply it, I will give this number which you can text so that you can be able to WhatsApp it, you can send a text or call so that you give more information in using. But this is what we want to see in all our campuses, on all our churches, in having Sabbath school or the Inverse class. The number is 0790 500 507. 0790 500 507. The number is also printed on the third last page at the bottom of the ordinary lessons for this quarter. God bless you.
Thank you, kiongozi. Hapo ndio tumefikia mwisho wa matangazo. Tuamini na tuombe. Bwana Mungu, Mungu wa dunia, tunakuja kwako Masai, tunashukuru kututumia tena message kwa wao ndio tangu asubuhi mpaka Masai. Baba, tunaelewa kama tangazo zuri kwa watoto wako, tunaomba ifanye kazi na kazi ya masomo. Tunapokukaribisha unikimbie Baba, tunakuomba nasi kwa malezi jioni. Tunaomba machache kupitia service Kristo ambaye ni Yesu. Tunapongojea pulpit, tunakaribisha our choristers.
Tufungue nyimbo zetu za Kristo namba 46. Miguuni pake Yesu.